I honestly believe that if Different Corner hadn't got to #1, as long as it had sold well and as long as it had got a lot of airplay, it would really not have bothered me that much. It might have made people say, oh, it only got to #2, but the fact is, Different Corner is not... Different Corner wasn't a pop record as such.
Oh yeah, it was.
I know, it was a pop record in terms of...
It was a wonderful pop record.
But not a pop record in terms of that it is judged on its chart placing quite the same way. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I do. I still think it's one of the ultimate arch pop records of this year. I mean, I mean that as a compliment, not as an insult.
Oh, I take your compliment well in terms of it being a pop record. What I'm saying is that it's not like... I mean, George Michael's solo, you know, inverted commas again, is not going to be the same type of project that you have to be #1 all the time. You have to be the best. You know, because Wham, the whole thing about Wham was total impact and being the best and everything. And it's an awful lot of pressure to be under for any length of time.
It's interesting because in the end you were almost hyped by your own ambitions.
Oh yes, I mean...
You set up a band that was going to be the #1 model, now aware band, and in the end you've both apparently been knackered by your own success.
Oh, definitely. I mean, we did build our dream to a degree that went beyond what we thought we could achieve, and we're very, very glad that we've achieved it. But, you know, it's just so cutthroat. I mean, the business is so cutthroat, and there's no room for... at the moment, there really is no... You have got to stay right on top, or you're not there anymore, you know. And it's just like, we don't want that to happen. There's got to be a time when we're not making #1 records anymore, so why not just cut short now?
Can I ask you, I mean, you've been absolutely fascinating talking to you. It really has, because you've talked an awful lot of sense.
Rubbish.
Stuff. No, you haven't. You've talked sense, and that's been interesting. And it's been actually quite sad, the last few minutes. When you come off stage, what's going to happen? I mean, you're very much more cynical than I thought you were. You're very much more aware than I thought you were about your position and about the future, both of you. Are you going to burst into tears and give each other a hug? Are you just going to walk away from it and say, well, that was a good 5 years? What's going to be the...
I don't know. It's going to be... It's probably should be a mixture of lots of things. But it'll be very sad, but it should be wonderful sad, do you know what I mean?
It would be nice to have a few moments, you know, on our own to reflect, I think.
Really? Really?
Are you being straight with me?
Yeah, I am, but the thing is, it doesn't happen like that when you do a show, you know. You're going to come off, you're in dripping wet clothes, you've got to get them off. You've got people coming in, you know, it's just, you just don't get any time after a show. But it would be nice to actually sit down and think, you know, that was the last show, this, that, the other.
I mean, we have played stadiums before, but we're playing to reasonably new audiences, but this will be amazing. I mean, the idea that you're performing, it will be those 72,000 people, even though obviously there were a lot more people who would like to have come, but those 72,000 people, well, it's just that day will represent 4 whole years. I mean, going through the hit records will be, because it's the last, it will be such a kind of, it will be a retrospective thing, but it will be those people, that gig will be the result of everything that we've worked for. And it will be very emotional. It's bound to be very emotional.
Well, will it be? Will it be sad? You both want to get out, don't you?
I reckon we'll do it. Oh no, I don't think so. I don't think it's like that. We're not desperate to get out. Well, it's not that way. It's just, if anything, I think it's just we're very lucky.
I think the only time that what we do is free from any external forces and there's no bollocks is when we're on stage and when it's just us in the audience and we can play our music, we can perform, and then it's free of everything, you know, and that's well, it's always been for me the most gratifying part of our career.